Did you know that there has been a nightly protest at the White House every day since Trump's meeting with Vladimir Putin in Helsinki? Well, there is. And you're going to hear about it now because longtime actress and longtime thorn in Donald Trump's side, Rosie O'Donnell, joined the mix and brought all of these stars from Broadway with her. Why? Let's find out. Rosie O'Donnell, thank you for being on Cuomo Primetime.
Thanks for having me, Chris.
So you're down there in the nation's capital. It's being billed as a party with a purpose. What is the purpose?
The purpose
Excellent
is
question.
to remind people of the truth that lives inside them, so when they're so confused and lied to by our president and this administration, they're able to find that thing about America that they love and that's true and that's real, and remember that feeling and hold on to that feeling as we go through these next very tumultuous weeks as we lead up to the election and the Mueller report finally coming out, that it's going to be very loud and it's going to be very crazy, and we all have to remain focused and centered on the truth.
Is it just good vibes that you're spreading there, or do you have a message of what you want to happen with this president?
Well, I think most of America wants him to be out, although you can't tell that from reading some of the,
not this American
Fox News or whatnot, which is
Don't
just
watch Fox
like
News.
state-run TV in Russia at this point. So all we have to do is encourage people to show up, to protest, to use their voice to save democracy. We've got just a couple months till November, and till then, we have to fight with everything we got, because if somehow they're able to rig the elections again, as I believe they did in 2016, then we're going to all be in trouble as democracy dies right here on our watch.
Well, one step at a time. The Russian interference is a known fact. The impact on the election is not a known fact. You believe the actual outcome was rigged, or just that there were efforts?
Yes. No, I do believe it was rigged. I don't believe it was efforts. And if you listen to all of our mainstream intelligence people, they believe it too.
Well, they don't believe votes were changed.
Well, I do believe that there were well, you know the facts, right? You know the facts. What do I think? Did they come in there and make Trump win when every single exit poll and every person in America knew for sure that Hillary Clinton was going to win? Do you think that there was anything to do with Russia?
You mean the fake news, Rosie? You mean the fake news?
Specific areas with the same exact amount of votes that were needed. I don't know. It looks very hanky to me.
It does. I agree.
What this is about. Because let's say you win. Let's say the Democrats win. You get the House. Probably not the Senate. But you get the House.
Not let this happen.
There's a call for impeachment among progressives like yourself.
These people hate America. Do you not see this?
I don't think it's just progressives, Chris.
All right,
there will be a call for impeachment from all those not heard who are the majority in America.
Okay. I give you that fact. I'll stipulate to it for the point of this argument.
Okay.
So everybody calls out. You don't have the votes. It doesn't happen. You galvanize support for the president, and we are torn more apart in this country. Are you worried about that outcome?
No, I am not.
Because she doesn't
in the
care
American
about
people.
America.
I believe in this country. I believe in what it was founded on. I believe in the Constitution. I think that on Election Day, we're going to show up in a huge way, in a way that we haven't ever seen before in the United States, and people have just really had enough. They've had enough of a president who separates families.
We had enough. That's why we chose Trump.
And he tops it and tops it and tops it. I believe that Trump is loathed in America, that people are embarrassed and ashamed of who he is, and that
Not me.
Election Day, we're going to stand up at the polls and let him know.
I love my president.
The Russians kind of
I love the First Lady.
Last time in 2016. We're going to see him gone, and that's what I'm waiting and hoping for.
Sorry,
I'm hoping
Rosie.
that people across the country are inspired to
You
use their own
are
voice in whatever way to get people to know that this country is worth fighting for.
Yes,
Amen on that.
I agree with
The more
that.
people get involved, the higher the voter percentage is, the more people will get what they want. It will reduce the effects of money on politics. It will make everything better. Not perfect, but better. So I'm all with you. The more people go out and vote their conscience, the better, whatever their conscience is.
What?
Here's
More taxes? There you go.
There is reason
Higher
to criticize the president.
taxes.
I am not going to fight
Bad
you on that.
health
However, for the
care.
Democrats,
Crappy.
power, so that means that they have what the Republicans have right now: the House, the Senate, the White House.
No
I think history
ideas.
suggests you have to be more than anti. You have to be pro things. You have to give people a reason to believe. You have to give them some type of sense that captures their imagination and gives them hope. What is that for Democrats where they can say, not just he's a liar, he's a bad guy, but here's how we'll make the economy even better, which is hard given the numbers, that we'll be even safer than we are, because that's what people will be looking to.
Well, when you report the economy, you report how it affects the top 1%, or you report
No,
how
wrong,
it affects everyone.
Rosie.
The economy's doing good if you're a
Jobs.
multi-billionaire. It's not doing good, and the tax cuts didn't do good for the average American. So I don't believe that the economy is thriving with the metrics that you guys are using. But the fact of the matter is, he's not only bad because he's a liar, he's bad because he doesn't know how to inspire people. Or
I disagree. What about his rallies?
First of all, people are paid, Chris. You know that. People were paid since he
not
went
so
down
much,
the
Rosie.
escalator.
Sorry.
He pays people to show up at
This is what Trump derangement syndrome looks like.
This
is what Trump
derangement syndrome. When did he get tens of thousands at the last rally? Tell me when.
Well, no, not at the Tampa. I think they only had 9,000 seats, and there were people outside. But Rosie, I've seen them. He gets big groups of people who come out. He gives themes that resonate, whether they're positive or not. That's up to other people to decide.
They're very positive.
I don't know. I can't.
Paid?
I don't have the facts.
No, not paid, Rosie. No, sorry.
Well, you can look at all the requests for extras to come and cheer and with signs for him. You can find those tangible pieces of evidence.
Really?
Those are not real rallies. You know, when he went down on that escalator, he paid all those people there calling rapists and Mexicans rapists. This is not real, what he's doing, even though he keeps screaming that you guys are not real.
Trump derangement syndrome is
I've known you a long time. You've known my family a long time. I don't judge what look, and Mom would be the first one to say, let him say what he's going to say. You say what you know is true. You always keep your dignity. You always fight the good fight. So that's what we do. When he came down that escalator, did I see the reporting that there were paid people there? Yes, I did. Did I believe it? Yes, I did. Have I seen it at all of these rallies? No. So I'm not going to do what the president does. I'm not going to say they're all bought off. They're all fake.
You're interrupting my video on Trump derangement syndrome.
Because it's satisfying.
Is it really a Dunkin' Donuts?
But you could do the evidence to find out whether or not it's true, and then lead with that. That story before you play his rally.
Listen,
play his rallies.
I don't play his rallies.
Just falling into his hands.
I don't play his rallies. I do truth check every night. We do fact checks every night.
Good.
I do magic walls. I find all these different devices because I want people to know what's real and then they can act on it. And that's why I'm talking to you, Rosie, because people need to know what you're doing, know where people's voices